our channel, A Trade of You. I'm your girl, A-Marie.
And I'm One.
And today's video, guys, is the Let's Talk for Dating and Relationships Part 2.
Yes. Yep.
You asked for it, absolutely nobody. No. People did ask for it. So we've done Part 2 because we feel like we had so much more to say that we didn't get to say in Part 1. And it was one of our favourite videos.
Yeah.
So we've got the gang back. So let's just jump right into the video.
And don't forget, guys, to click the subscribe button and press the bell so you're the first to watch our videos. So, welcome back, Shak and Les, by the way.
Round of applause for our guests. I got man like Aaron in the back.
Man like tea, of course.
Man like tea. So we got the man them holding it down for the man them, and we've got the women holding it down for the women.
The latest, darling.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Can I just ask you, I wasn't here for the fast.
Yeah.
So, what was discussed?
We basically spoke about communication, dating, relationships.
Gotta keep it spicy.
First appearance.
Okay.
Got to keep it
Communication.
And Shaq's experience when he went on a blind date with a lady who had a do-rag and she placed him in the chop category. She said, Medea, because she never about to call my head. No shade, because you.
But she showed up.
She showed up.
Yeah.
She showed up, and that's courtesy, that is. So.
That's courtesy.
D-Rag and her golden Virginia.
Basically, the whole works. Yeah.
Okay, so guys.
I think it's fair to say she's not in the picture.
Oh, and who was in that Hoover last time? Was it you, Shak?
Oh, the girl Team Mahoover.
Yeah.
Let's not evoke my emotions about that. Over it now.
Let's not go there.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Right.
go around and let's start off with what do you guys find most attractive in a partner?
Ambition.
Oh,
Oh, straight in there.
okay.
They went strong.
Ambition. Yeah, ambition's good because you don't want no whatless man or woman that just.
Confidence.
I think for me, personality. I love like a good personality when you can like bounce off someone and they, you know.
Yeah. All of these ones.
All of the-
yeah,
all of the above.
Yeah, you need a bit of everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
The whole
I
package.
didn't say the main, but I said, one of the...
Definitely.
I think the strongest is personality. because
Communication probably
Oh,
big for
you've
me.
stopped
I think
under
that's-
there. I was saying communication, absolutely.
No, but I feel like that's not like a thing. You're not going to look at someone and say, your communication's
Oh,
good."
okay.
I've seen
Okay.
it physically.
No,
you
that's
mean like,
different. No, that's not
Physical attraction,
Yeah,
number one.
need
I need
that.
to be
You
physically
need that.
attracted to the person.
But with
Well,
me,
style.
I could be attracted to you
And
based off your
Physically,
based off your
Yeah.
personality.
Right.
If you're not like attractive,
Yeah.
but if you make
Not
me
your normal
laugh,
type.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's not my normal type, but you make me laugh and your personality and we bounce, that will sway how
but
I feel.
is that long lasting? Because
Yeah.
You're right, it's not long lasting.
I know people that have great personalities, but I've got the shadiest characters ever.
Yeah, I
It's a
agree.
difference.
Because they can turn up, like, I've been with guys that I found not attractive, but the personality, how they treated me, and, our chemistry, I was like, yeah. But, when they start changing and switching and their true colours come true,
That's the thing.
then all of a sudden,
to
the
begin
thing,
with.
the thing that was making you attracted to them, you just realise you ain't even that good looking. Like, I even like you like that.
Exactly.
But equally, you come across someone that's really good looking, but the more you get to know them, you start to
That's
not
what I
see
mean,
them
it's
anymore,
personality.
because that kills it off, actually.
Yeah,
you know.
you're right.
You could be fine, but if your personality is dead, like, what am I doing with you?
That's
You start
pointless.
taking points off your looks, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's like,
then they
oh,
also
I
become
know
less
that.
attractive.
At least the whole way around, like someone
Yeah.
that you thought, you was alright, but then as you start getting to know the person that's just shiny, you're like,
Yeah, you're fine to me.
yeah. So it just went the other way around.
But what about in terms of their character? Like I said, I know a lot of bad people
Yeah.
that got wicked personalities.
I think the character weighs in, that, doesn't it? It weighs in.
But that's
Character
how
doesn't matter.
they treat you, and so at the start it's all personality because you're still
Yeah.
running on lust. But when you start having the nights in and you're on the sofa, and just when you get into the family and the deeper levels of your relationship, that's when your character shows you.
Right.
I think personally, so personality is good. You need personality, like I said, you need a vibe.
But remember, we're going off most attractive. So initially, that's just you getting to know the person. When you talk about how their character, how that shows, that's
more deeper.
That's when you're further in the relationship.
Okay, well, obviously, initial attraction is physical attraction, obviously, and then you've got personality. You need to have a bit of both.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you can't just have one.
Yeah.
It won't be enough for me personally.
That's why I feel like for me, it weighs it up.
So you can meet a guy with a great personality, all that stuff, but he's 5'4".
Alright, we're not saying 25 foot.
Wait, okay.
So to the 5'4" out there, alright? It seems to be a really important thing to a lot of women, alright?
Oh, you still want.
Wait, listen.
You still have.
And you get these new platform shoes actually, I swear they're good quality. But anyway,
We're not going to hide shame because if a guy, even though personally I do like a tall man, but if a guy's not tall, but he's got everything else going, that really shouldn't matter. If he treats me good, I'm attracted to. It doesn't matter. It don't matter.
But it does matter. So it really matters to
Some women.
I couldn't matter. Women really.
I thought I was one of those women. I thought like I was like on my list. I want a man that's 6'2". He's got to be tall. And then you meet someone that is not that tall, that's on your list, and it's like, okay, what I thought was important to me is not really important to me. When you look at all the pros and all the positives and how that person treats you, makes you feel. Like,
would you rather be with somebody that treats you better or just somebody that's just tall?
Yeah, he's tall, and it's like it's an average relationship, but then he's a bit shorter than you, but it gives you everything you wanted, and most importantly, what you needed, not even what you wanted, things you didn't even know you needed, and he's there for you and he sees you. So unless you're really superficial and materialistic, it shouldn't really be like an issue. Just wear some flats, honey.
But does it depend on it depends what that person wants. If you have to do the aesthetics,
yes.
Doesn't you want to look nice in your Facebook pictures and all those kind of things? Let's be honest.
But the same picture saying
You sit down in all your pictures. You get up and dance together or anything like that.
There's the Kevin Hart where he was standing in the foreground and she was further back, but you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
So there's ways of artistically creating.
Because look at
So you're going to say, okay, we're going to take a picture for Facebook together. We're going to let everyone know we're together now. We're at that stage. But
If you have to put your business on Facebook,
it don't matter. So okay,
but some people do.
because you're not like a tall guy.
I'm not tall, so I'm up there or there, but just shy of 6 foot, I would say.
Lies! Let me tell you that, lady.
Just shy of.
Just short of. So, would you be with
Not shy. He didn't. Not shy. He didn't.
would you be with a woman that was like 6 foot plus?
Yes, I think it's hard to say. It depends.
So really,
why is it different?
Yeah, why is it an issue for you?
Why is it?
It's just 6 foot plus. Because you're going to draw attention to. You're going to draw attention to that. The general thing for some people is it's going to draw attention to yourself. So
No.
But then are you worried about what other people think, or do you want to be happy in your relationship?
That's why I said it depends. If I meet this person, actually, if there's so much about it that makes me think that doesn't even matter. You know, it's
if you're with a confident, masculine man who's shorter than you, his presence is like known, so it's not an issue because he's not like, you know, or like when you're with a man that's like strong and powerful and his presence and confidence and masculine and strong, you feel like he's 6 foot tall, even if he's not, because of what he brings and how he carries himself. But if you're with someone that just I don't know how's a nice way to say it.
They're on the shyer side.
Yes, and less confident. Yes, then it might
it doesn't instill that security.
Yes, and their lack of height might be more prominent than.
So if you've been in that situation where you've been on a date with someone who's got, you know, tall, dark, handsome, all that kind of stuff, but they're really shy and they don't, and actually the more you talk to them, they start to move down towards just shy of 6 foot.
No. I do. In the past, I have liked really tall guys, but you know, I'm adaptable, darling. I'm adaptable to the right man. So my ways have changed, darling.
People are necessarily adjustable.
Yeah, and like I said, I would have thought that would have been like a no for me. But like when you meet the right person, it's not an issue.
So, have you seen any situation where you got couples that seem completely different to each other? but for some reason it works.
Yeah.
You say, how is it that possible? How is it possible that you two are together when you seem complete polar opposites to each other? How does it work? You know, why does it work?
Well, in a sense, yeah, and then what they have, well, what you have, they don't necessarily have, so you're kind of giving and taking, so you're both making the relationship equal.
And you just see that, don't you? You don't see what's actually connected them.
Yeah.
They could have an actual deeper connection that you can't see unless you're in that relationship. Sometimes you go look at that and think, do you know what? You two don't really look, but you know
There's
what?
gotta be something strong going on in order for you to...
together.
I think it's value based.
I love that.
People's
value
values.
based relationships. Because I don't think you need to have, like, I've been in relationships before where music tastes different,
Yeah.
dress sense different, just everything different. But the core values are what I want. Do I know this person is gonna be a good mum? Does this person treat me well? Rather than the things they're into, because I can learn that stuff. That's that's kind of the excitement, isn't it?
So
Like,
you get to
I
share
don't know
together
about,
then,
exactly, I don't know about this. Show me about it. Whereas if it's value based, that's what I base my relationship on. Value based stuff.
Absolutely.
Sure.
So guys, what would be your non-negotiables in relationships? Okay, I'll start off with mine. Mine would be religion and some like poor communication. Like, I can't work with that. And liars. If you're a liar, you got bad communication, and religion's very important to me because I ain't changing my faith.
Do you mean he has to have the same religion as you?
Preferably. Before, back in the day, it didn't matter to me really because I was open. But then when you meet guys and they're different religion and their faith is so strong and then they want you to change your lifestyle and adapt, and I'm like, but that's not what I believe. I don't want to compromise on my faith because as much as you love your faith and that's your walk, that's how much I love my faith. So I can't compromise, especially when it's like, then you want our kids to be raised a certain way and practice a religion that they're into, and I don't believe in that. So it's like I had to decide that I can't compromise on my faith. It's like a non-negotiable for me.
I know.
That's what I was thinking.
That's very important though. You need to know that, because when you're talking to someone that will, like, you know, when you're like trying to get to the right one, then you can wither it down really quickly and just get rid of that one because you know, okay, I ain't gonna compromise on that.
That's not long term.
Like we ain't gonna go nowhere.
Yeah.
But I think it takes you time to figure out.
Because it definitely makes things a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know, both in the short term and the long term. So
Faith is a big one.
Yeah, because if I'm looking to get married and you're like from a faith where you can't marry me because of your faith, why are we even talking? We don't need to date. We just need to done it from now because it ain't going nowhere.
It's not taking off. No, you're right. Faith is massive. I think core values definitely. Like, if there's certain long-term goals, sort of like, I don't know, like if someone didn't want children, I know people do change their mind, but if you initially start off and say you don't, and you adamant you don't, then that can be a deal breaker. If you're like, oh, I'm open, I kind of don't, but if it was the right person, then maybe that's different.
There's chance.
So what if the guy at the very beginning said, do you know what, I don't want any more children, but you did. But this guy had all the values, everything was right for him. But straight at that point, it's probably like, you know.
Because I know in my heart I want kids, and if it's a straight no for you, there's no point, because I'm going to be upset later on.
Exactly.
And then you fall out of love, and then you resent them. And
It's different for me because I feel like I've had my kids, so I'm like open, and I wouldn't want to be with someone who is like no. But then again, I don't really mind. I'm like at a weird place because of my age as well. I'm like, I don't want to be pressured into having more kids because I raised my kids. I've changed my nappies. Like, I'm ready to start living my life. Do you know what I'm saying?
At that open stage, would you say? You know, no, but you know.
It's not a solid no. Say if I was with someone that didn't have kids. Then I'd feel obligated. I feel obligated to like give. I would because they haven't got kids and you're raising my two, so I feel like I
plus, if you know you're going to be spending your life with them and it's something that they want,
I would want to. I would want to. If I'm mad in love with you, we're married, we're gonna spend the rest of our lives together. You ain't got no kids and we have my two together. I want to bless you with that. I want to give you.
What about a guy that has kids? But
Even
wants
better.
more, but wants
Oh. What do you have? when they have kids, it's like there's no pressure on me because like I feel like I don't have. And if he wants, I want him to be open because I might. Like if I'm madly in love and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I want to have your baby, then yeah. But I don't mind if he's open. And I always have these conversations because I want to know for myself. I don't want to be like a no. I'd rather it be like I'm open because then I know it's like it's definitely not a no. But I feel like an open is not pressure. But they're open to it. I prefer the possibility.
So I gotta say this straight no, I get that absolutely. But what if you say something along the lines of, do you know what? I don't know how I'm gonna feel in the near future. Things, I can't say no, but it depends on the situation.
From personal experience, I realise that's a no for me because I was with a guy that was like that, and he was like, I'm not sure how I feel about kids. He wasn't sure. It wasn't like he's open. He wasn't sure. And then when you're around my kids.
You can see.
I can see that this is just not going to work, and that the relationship ended because it was just like you're not even open. You're confused, and you're not going to figure it out with me and my kids. I'm not here to help you find your way if you want to be a daddy or not.
Ain't no trial and error.
Ain't no trial and error, no practice run. Because if you're with me, I'm a package deal. I come with two. Here's two I made earlier. So
Here's two I made earlier.
yes, here's two I made earlier. So you need to decide if you're ready to instant kids. So I need to know that you're mentally and emotionally ready to interact with my children at least. Like when it's just like you're confused and you don't know what's the point? Because you're gonna be a stepdad.
I think
you need to be.
You have to go in knowing what.
I was gonna say you should be clear. If you're dating, I think that's what I've put as well.
Woman with
people
kids.
dating not knowing what they want.
You have no business dating. Exactly.
You have no business dating if you don't know yourself. You got to be sure about yourself before you start dating, because dating is just like, I know, dating like shopping. There's so much options out there. You need to know exactly what you're going out to look for, or you can't be mad at what you purchase like after like you know what I mean? Like,
just keep the receipt, ladies.
So that goes to a point of age. So do you think that a guy, for example, a younger guy, how can I put this without thinking anymore? Okay. Would you prefer to date a guy that's been through everything? So he's got his like lads year out the way, you know, the guy trips and things like that.
You can still have the guy trips.
So carry on. What are you gonna say? Ladies, let them have the guy
Wait, let me land because you're taking it out of context. No.
What I was going to say is my point was, would you prefer a guy to have already done all of that? So then when he's with you, like he doesn't feel like he's missing out on a certain part of his life, that sort of partying stage.
I feel like that depends on the guy. If you're not at that point where you're past that, you're not ready to date, secure somebody and date, because if you still want the last night, and all of that goes along with it.
Wait.
That goes along with it. If you see it as how lads go on holiday and have that whole stereotypical way, if you still want that, then you don't want a secure relationship. You want to have your fun, so have your fun.
Wait, I don't agree with that. So let me because I don't agree with. I hear what you're saying, but respectfully, I disagree. Because I want a relationship with balance. I want to still be with my girls, have my girls trip, and have my fun. Wait, let me finish up.
Carry on. I don't think anyone clearly got what I'm saying, but carry on.
Well, I get what you're saying on the level where you're out as a man, doing stupidness, looking drunk, behaving a certain way where you shouldn't. I still think you can have balance as long as you're respectful. So if you've got a partner that's respectful, he should still be able to do all the things he did as a single man in a relationship. I don't want to change your life. We can compromise and meet each other halfway.
All the things?
Not that. Wait. No, that's I said respectfully. So if you know what respectful means, if I wouldn't approve of it and you don't want me to do it to you, don't do it. Don't still be in a relationship. You're not going to cheat, but if I'm in a relationship with you, I trust you. Go with the man, then go do what you're doing. Because I'm gonna be with my girl, then I'm gonna be doing. I want you ringing off my phone.
Well, see, that's the point that I was making. I wasn't saying like when you're in a relationship, you can't go out with the guys and blah blah blah. I'm saying if you want to go out and do the recklessness that you wanted to do with the lads on that kind of lads,
as living your life as a single person.
Then that's what I'm saying. You ain't ready to date when you're like that. Obviously, you're gonna go out with your boys, and the girls are gonna go out with the girls. You're not going to expect cheating and stuff in your relationship. But if you want to be loose and reckless, then you're not ready. But people do that. They're loose and reckless and they want to be in a relationship.
So let's clarify. So if you're basically carrying on like you're single while you're in a relationship, you should still be able to do the things you do, but you have to adapt. You're not single.
So he's in the strip club with his lads going full T-Pain, alright? He's
Go to the strip club.
But he's not touching no one. It's just entertainment.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to understand the levels of respect.
I don't know if that would bother me. I don't.
So your guy can go to a strip club and you wouldn't feel offended, yeah?
I don't know.
No,
Would you feel offended, Chance?
If this was a weekly thing.
If it's a one
Guys, everyone out there is in the weekly thing. It's a dinner in there.
Like you don't come down to respect at the end of the day. If you know your man can go somewhere and still respect you and your relationship, then whatever you do is fine. If you're going to disrespect me,
It's twice a month is fine.
No, you know what? Because I feel like I'm a secure person, and and if I'm with you, you're my man. I trust you, and I'm secure in our relationship. That I feel like you're not gonna do anything disrespectful. Now, you go on. If you go out and I'm like trusting you to act a certain way, and you're going out the strip club and you're slapping up Batty and doing the most, that's disrespectful to me. Sit down, sit on your hands and watch as much as you want.
You can still catch a joke. You don't have to be feeling up yelling.
And don't get no private dance. Don't get why you get no one-on-one private dance?
No private dances.
No, I'll be your private dancer. Okay, you don't need no private dance. You just sit there, drink your drink, smoke your cigar, chat, shoot the.
But this girl can't dance.
It's funny. I used to go strip club nearly every single week.
You see this?
Oh, seriously, once a week.
And I was in a relationship.
Oh wow.
So,
why did you go?
Yeah, what was the thing?
But this is the thing, I never went there ever to look at girl. It was just a place. Strip clubs are open late. So you could go town, you could go, let's just go to strip club, you could hold a corner, have a drink. Listen, this boat race ain't paying for no dance. So I used to go there and chill. Literally, my partner knew that though. She knew when I went there, right? Because I was looking. You can find anywhere. So if I'm going to the strip club, I'm just going because
that's what I mean. That's the difference. You was respectful, and you and your partner knew. You had a conversation. It's when it's lies and it's deceit and it's sneaky and shady. If you got nothing to hide, we have an open conversation. If you like, I want to go out to the strip club with the boys, then, and I'm like, okay, cool. Why am I going to be like, No.
Well, I guess in your situation, you was just using it more as a place to meet.
It
was just the place meeting the times that it's open. It wasn't you actually go to a strip club. That could have been anywhere, but it was because of the times.
Respect you guys.
So that's different. But if you're saying you're actively
weekly go to strip club,
every week.
Like it's in your calendar, it's in your outlook.
I was in there like Will Smith.
Having private dances and dashing.
Name. You know, these girls have been up by name.
Yes, like
Burn for me,
pour it up. Nah, if you're doing that, I'm coming to you. Like, no.
You once brought me to the strip club. So.
I know, I was going.
It's nothing like what you're saying. It's nothing. It's just a location to me.
I'd go with my man. I'd be with my man. And I'm like, you go with the boys, then call me and the girls. We'll go two. We'll be in one corner. You do your thing. You do your thing.
So, at the same place. Okay,
Why not?
It depends on how secure you are in a relationship.
That better be my shopping money.
We need milk.
Not the baby's lunch.
Baby lunch.
I would come over and be like, that's right, girl.
I'm picking it all up. You know, like that's kicking in. 200 rolls gonna
trusting. Yeah, the
So trust is really important in
Trust and communication.
For me, it is definitely the pinnacle because it encompasses so many different things.
Do you think if you lose trust, if you lose trust, you lose the relationship?
It's done. For me as well, personally, if I don't trust
I don't think you can't come back from it because at any point, no matter how strong you feel, if you miss a call,
trust me,
you'll be like, oh,
you with that man?
Yeah,
you with that man? I know you with that.
How good it's going for a year or so, but the moment you get that call miss, your mind automatically goes back to the deceit and.
I think that depends on how well you are at actually forgiving people.
I forgive you. I'm gonna forgive you and forget. And move on.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. So a lot of people will say, say their man or their woman will do something. Yeah. They'll get back with them, hoping that it's going to be well, but really, they ain't forgive them really. Yeah. So they say they have, but they ain't done it.
That's
where you can't get no trust back.
Does it depend on the situation going on in the relationship? I'm being careful how I say this now. So,
definitely.
For example, let's just say, okay, I'll go for it, Chantelle.
Yeah, you
So sometimes you get into a situation where both both individuals in the relationship aren't really putting the work in to make the relationship work, and sometimes it stagnates. They've not made time to do activities together. They get bogged down with work and bills and all that, and it naturally happens. Yeah. So naturally, you kind of lose that connection a little bit.
So you're gonna look for
No, you'll find it anywhere. You don't necessarily look for it. It reminds you. You come across someone. You remember how good it felt to just communicate and look forward to seeing somebody rather than the same old Chantelle.
Now wait a minute.
No, you ain't gonna cross out like that.
Well intentional.
That's okay. She don't know me like that.
Yeah, she gonna be Chantelle, she gonna be Tracy, she gonna be however you want it, she gonna bring it.
So what I'm saying, so bring it back in, everyone. So naturally, both for the man and the woman, you'll get aroused by a bit of excitement just by the fact that you come across someone that makes
you attention,
and you look forward to it, and all those things you liked originally in that person. Yeah. So in that circumstance, somebody's made, let's just call it a mistake.
Biggest mistake of your life.
Really, but people do come back from these things, so surely there's something in there. People do, for whatever reason, they are able to come back from it and actually go on to live married and all that kind of stuff.
I commend those people, but I don't think I could do that.
I think it's because in that scenario you just used, it's because someone was slacking, They both were slacking. So therefore they came back to me because they both know I'm actually a part of that reason.
Accountability.
For that situation. I never made you do that mistake, but things that I did kind of contributed and made that other person more appealing to you because I wasn't appealing. And I knew I wasn't, but because you wasn't, I wasn't. It's that tit for tat rubbish. People need to communicate, and that's why trust and communication are up there. They're up there because if you got that trust, you'll have that. You'll have that security, and you'll know I don't need to worry. Even if we're having a bit of an off day, because we got that communication, that trust, we know that if it's really that bad, there's someone at work, he's paying a bit more attention.
Communicate.
Talk about it.
So both of those parties are equally guilty for not contributing towards building that trust and developing their relationship. Is it a surprise that sometimes people do go running off elsewhere?
Yeah, you know what? I think
but is it right to say both people could take a share a bit of the blame?
No, it's still wrong because at the end of the day, if you're both in the same boat, feeling the same way, you both have the same amount of control. If I didn't step out and I feel the same way that you've neglected me and I still was in it and still willing to stick it out, and I wouldn't know me, I'm going to communicate to you how I'm feeling. And instead of you putting that effort and work into us and rebuilding our relationship, you're going to go look for it somewhere else. I'm not going to come, we ain't coming back from that, because if that happens again in the relationship, relationships are roller coasters. You're going to have your highs and you're going to have your lows. When we're in the lows, deep in it,
trenches,
that's when you're meant to go in. That's not when you go.
That's when you find
it's easy when it's good.
That's when you find out how strong.
Exactly. I want you to stand in it with me in the mud. We're both getting dirty. Don't get clean. Don't go out there getting clean, leaving me in the dirt, all nasty up and thing, and then come out talk about sorry, I made a mistake, I'm clean. No.
Let me get dirty with you.
Okay, so I'm hearing this word mistake here. So what mistake will lose the trust? So, for example, if a man was just flirting, so he hasn't done anything with the girl, does flirting break the
I
trust?
think it depends on each
Is
individual
flirting
person.
cheating?
It depends on the individual person because some people will think. Some people will think.
Land.
Some people won't consider that because if some people are naturally flirty, then it's like, well, that's how they naturally are. It doesn't mean that they're coming on to somebody. So to me, that's not cheating because I know who they are. If that's out of your character and then you flirt, then that's because you're giving your attention to someone else that's outside of your relationship.
Maybe it's not flirty, maybe they're just friendly and people misinterpret it.
It depends on the individual on how they perceive it to be.
Yes. So
Okay, well, I'm on about stone cold flirting.
Well, then, yes.
Like, you know it's not because of his personality.
Then of course, because you're trailing off. Where you going?
But he hasn't slept with her.
Wait, I wouldn't call it cheating, but like, I wouldn't say it's cheating to the point where I want to break up with you.
Right.
But it's disrespectful.
Right.
To the point where me and you're going to have a long talk about the things that are appropriate and the things that are inappropriate.
It's entertaining.
Don't entertain.
If you would
It's
entertaining
the first step. You're opening the door.
Yeah.
So I'm going to check you there. Now, once I've told you about it that one time, now if I have to talk to you about it again, that's when it's a problem.
So from that situation and that particular situation, he can build the trust back from that.
No, the trust ain't gone.
The trust hasn't gone.
No,
so that's still
not from that flirting. I'm not going to not trust you because maybe you're not even aware. Because sometimes people can think that I'm flirting and I'm not. I'm just really friendly. So if you make me aware,
you're rubbing the fingers at their chest like.
No, that's taking a piss. You know what I'm saying? Like me now, I'm laughing, I'm touching you like this. Some people might interpret
More of an elbow, to be honest. Take time, please. I'll get to your side. I mean, no, I'm glad you brought it up. Every minute you're talking. That man's shopping money. My arm, you know, my arm.
No, he's staying put. No, what I'm saying is.
Keep me up.
See, on the camera.
One of these books, yes?
Look how tough it is. On the camera, it might come across, or from someone looking on the outside, that I'm being flirtatious. What I was with to you.
It may be abuse, but
to the outside, my man could see that and think, she's flirting with him. But obviously I'm not, so that's what I mean, like, it's down to perception and misinterpretation.
But women interpret things differently, so everyone's got different interpretations of what. For some people, not just women, for some people, most women, just talking to a girl is like a Carabaskin ice or like come fully out and like, why are you talking to that girl for?
But that is not an insecurity within the relationship. Isn't there a reason? Well, there could be a reason why she may feel that way. No, these things don't come out of nowhere. It's either insecurity within them or insecurity within the relationship. So,
or maybe you're watching the girl and not your man because the girl is a bit loose.
We know how.
We know
that
females.
just
I do the same thing.
Yeah, like guys know.
So I'm thinking, it's my man straight away on business. I'm looking straight. I'm looking for the exits if anything pops up. I'm like, I'm not getting that. I'm able to adopt my man. I'm saying men have them same things. So it's not just women.
Yeah, not just women.
You're hearing this.
Bring it back for you, Shak, man. Bring it back for you.
We all have a little bit of like jealousy in us, but I think that's normal and natural because if you didn't feel a little bit of just a little,
do you really care? Do you really listen?
Some random girl comes in, you don't know who she is, and she's hugging on your man. A long time I ain't seen you, and how you doing? Squeezing his arm. You good?
But that's when the respect comes in, ain't it? Because how he handles that.
Exactly.
You know,
I want it to be like, yeah, long time, hi, this is my girl.
I didn't know she was going to start to
You're gonna do that.
No.
I went to say hello. She said,
No.
Yes.
It's not on the man. It's not on you. It's not on you because you didn't know.
stood there.
All you say, all you do is you say, oh hi Sandra.
Think about that long tour we're going to have.
I can't deal with it. You just say, hi Sandra, yeah, long time at see. Oh, this is my girl, Amy Marie.
Yeah.
And then Sandra go be like,
Oh, okay.
and I'm like, hi, nice to meet you, Sandra. And that's it, then my man's gone.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so on that note then,
You handled it right.
men having female best friends,
Ooh, child.
females
Shillary.
having male best friends.
See,
Wait,
It's got quite in the
personally,
Yeah.
you know, it depends on the relationship between the best friend and the guy, and the best friend and the girl, because there's best friends when you know there's nothing going on.
Yeah.
But women will see, and it's just vice versa. The man will see, like, he don't just like you as your best friend. And as a woman, I can be with guys that, oh, that's my best friend, and I'm like, that ain't your best friend. She wants the D.
Yeah.
She ain't just a homie.
How
like,
can
How
you
do you know?
tell?
How can you
How
know?
can you tell?
it's how
They're just friends because they've been put your friend zone. They're not really friends.
Say mostly.
I think a lot of women do that though. I think a lot of
let
women
me
friend
tell
zone men,
Yeah,
and then that's why
they're friends.
No, let me tell you how you tell. You tell mostly, basically, how the friend, or when you introduce the friend to the girlfriend, how she receives the girlfriend and how she treats her, mostly lets you know how.
Yeah, I agree with that.
How? Yeah, you
Matters,
could.
man. Women are trifling.
How she treats you. How she communicates with you.
How she treats you.
Do you mean like she's always, making an effort to communicate with you?
Do they think girls are
versus staying away from you?
Yeah, girls are shading the slide.
This
but
is what I'm trying to say.
they're sneaky, but you know,
Shady.
that's why we know when a girl likes a guy more, because we know how the little things, you can't even explain it, it's just the things they do, the way they act, they say the little the shade, and how they look at you as well. Like I was at, well, there's times when I've been in situations where the guy hasn't told me that he's had a relationship with a female, but how she's treating me or how she's moving,
lets you know.
how she's acting towards me and how she's acting to every other female, lets me know
She got a problem
That's
with you.
deeper than that.
I've never met you in my life. I don't know you. I've done nothing to you. Why are you acting like this? The only reason you be acting like this is if there's something between that happened between you and this guy.
So what if them two are proper close?
Yeah.
But then she embraces you though. Like so she doesn't show you any shade. When she sees you, she loves the fact that you're around. When he's on the phone next to you and she's calling. And like you with Amy Marie now, oh yeah, tell her hello, and you know.
If it's genuine, we'll be the best of friends. But if it's bullshit, I'ma know it's bullshit.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna keep. But I'm gonna communicate with my man. I'm gonna let him know how I feel. Me, I'm too old. I don't need to fake shit. She can be your best friend, and I will be your woman. And our paths do not need to cross. She can take it or leave it. I really don't give a. You know what I'm saying? I don't business. I'm gonna be real and be true to me. I don't need you to like me. As long as my man's good and I treat him good, I don't need him to like my best friend, but it would help. It really would.
What about that though? If your man don't like your friends or vice versa?
It would be a little bit of a.
Is it a deal breaker, or do you think I need to meet?
It's not a deal breaker.
I don't think that your partner necessarily has to bond with every single one of your friends. If they don't like nobody, it's gonna be an issue because
but maybe they
hang
just
around with, who you supposed to be with.
But when they get on, it makes life so much easier and better. But my friends, they wouldn't like a guy unless I've told them that he's done something to hurt me, and that's the only way that they'd feel away. And I would not. But if you make my friend happy, I'm happy. So it's never really been an issue for me.
Absolutely.
I'm lovable.
Okay.
Okay then guys, so if you're a woman, was to say, I don't like your best friend and I'm not comfortable with the relationship, I kind of don't want you to talk to her. How are you taking that step?
We're gonna have a talk.
I need reasons, and I don't want to like. Why are you saying it just because? Because then that's a bit. To me, that's a bit immature, and just because like you need to give me some strong reasons why. I've been friends with this girl for 20 years, and now you don't like her. And then with these reasons, I want to kind of see evidence of it. Like, because she does this and that around you. Okay, so when she's around, kind of just tap me to let me see myself. And if I can't see no evidence for no reason why, it's just jealousy.
Then I would never say that to a man. It's a very sticky. If you say that to a man, it could actually end your relationship.
Trust me, you could be gone.
Yeah, it could be gone because the best friend's seen how many girls come and go, and then you're just gonna come on the scene and be like, I'm like, who are you? Because I've been best friends to guys, and they, you remember college years?
The best friend.
I was that best friend.
If I was your best friend,
Let's move on.
Okay, does it make a difference? What if the best friend is in a relationship and they're very open about their relationship? So if they've got a partner already, does that make a difference compared to if they're single?
Yeah.
Good question.
I think so. Because if they ain't got nobody, they're more in your business.
Depends on how. Listen. Yeah, but you can have a male or a female best friend, but not be in each other's pockets. So you like, okay, I've got a male best friend, but we'll catch up every now and then. So if I am in a relationship or something, when I do catch up, we'll find out everything.
Is that a best friend then? Cause
wait,
I haven't talked to my male best friends hardly, but they're still my best male friends.
You don't have to be in someone's life all the time. Like friends, they come together and they grow. The real friendship is that when you come back, it's exactly the same as when you left. So just because you're not around all the time doesn't mean that now you're not my best friend.
I don't have male best friends that I hang out with like all the time. Like back in the days when we was at college and like us, we was at college. College, and you guys were our male best friends. Shut up, Shak. There's 4 of us. We was like around each other's pockets all the time. Yeah, we was
lunchtime, break times,
at my house, going out. Like we was together all the time. But as years have gone on, people's lives, you live in. So like we've been in each other's lives, so even though we don't like talk all the time,
absolutely.
Like if we want to phone each other and talk about stuff and get advice, we'll do that. But it doesn't take away from our friendship, even though we haven't seen each other for years. But when we come back together, it's just like we ain't missed a beat.
On that point, I found that actually some girls were intimidated by you, and I couldn't think why. I couldn't think why, but. There was girls that said like, I want to talk about 4 years with them girls and
I'm not gonna lie, that was me in college. Him, Andre, our other best friend, who's godfather to my son, and my kids call him uncle. Like, and we hardly see each other, talk to each other now, but that's still my boy. Yeah, I won't let no girls get to the no. I was that girl. I was the best friend. Okay, you're talking to her, but I was never wrong. Them heifers were crazy. Like, okay, it wasn't a jealousy thing.
It was a protection.
It was a protection thing. And
yes, I've got female friends that are like that. It's a protection thing. But what I found out as well with them, with some of them, is and this is how you work out if this person's actually a friend to you or not.
Here we go.
When you tell them that you're in a relationship, what is the reaction? Is it excitement, great, happy for you, or people can sense energy in it? What are the energy levels like? Is it are you so like there's no excitement, there's no happiness for you? It's just
look at it from the negative perspective.
Yeah. Absolutely. So where's she from? What did she do for us out? Oh, she does that? Nah, forget her. And you should, you know what I mean?
No, it wasn't stupid stuff like that. I would watch how they carried themselves and moved, and it's so. I remember one of them. I can't, man. There's just a lot of drama in the end. There's just a lot of drama, but I was just like, no, she's not for you.
But isn't that for him to find out?
Yeah, I was young then.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I was in college. So I was a different person. Now I wouldn't do that. I would give my advice, but I would not be like, no, I probably would. If she's showing me, true, because I give the same advice to you. If that person you're speaking about, if they're treating you wrong, and I know like you're a good person and they're being disrespectful and they're violating, I'm not gonna like give them a chance. No, bun, dash her, dash him. No, you deserve better. Like, know your worth, know your value. I never give advice based off of like, oh, insecurities. It's like they're not appreciating you or you're not happy. If you're coming to me and telling me you're not happy and you're unsure about your relationship, what am I supposed to do? If you're having doubts and I'm your friend, okay,
you can see what they can't see. Yeah.
Why are you having doubts? There's a reason you're having doubts. Take time. I'm gonna advise you based on if it was me.
Yeah.
So for all the fathers watching this, how close can a guy be to his baby mother?
His child's mother or children's mother.
Or the mother of their child?
Yes.
I think that's a hard question, but it comes down to your ego, really.
Yeah.
Because really, if I'm going into a relationship with a woman and I've took her kids on as they're my kids, their father is not her ex. He's actually an extended family member.
Absolutely, yeah.
He's not an ex.
Yeah.
He's never an ex if they've got kids. Because there is going to be there 100%. Like, and if he weren't there, I'd be cussing him.
Yeah.
So, he better be there, innit? Like, that's the way it should personally. So,
I love that.
there's obviously rules and boundaries. Like, if you're living with her, like, he can't come up in your space and act like it's his home. That's a big thing. That's not the way it goes. But when it comes down to, they're gonna have to talk every day. They got kids. It's them things. They're like, so I think they've got to be close.
But I'm in that situation where, as I said, you know, thankfully we have to communicate. Obviously, you've got a little falling out and everything, but overarching, it's a partnership. And you know, even our other half, we get on because it's all part of the same system, which is. I want to grow my child up in an environment which is stress reduced and it's healthy and it's not people firing and shouting at each other. And it's been massively beneficial to him and beneficial for us actually to be out, because there's been so many situations that we didn't have that communication, we didn't have that kind of situation. It would have been really bad. It would have been we would have had some real big challenges, but thankfully because of that, a lot of those were overcome. So I'll definitely implore anyone, if there is scope to kind of get some kind of balance and have that communication, it's for the kids at the end of the day, you know, and everyone's well-being. So,
well, I don't. Ladies' thoughts on this then? Do you mind if the guy is close to the mother of his child?
It depends. I like to ask, when's the last time you two were intimate? Because
that question there.
Heck yeah,
It's important.
it's very important because a lot of ex-partners who have children, sometimes they have this understanding where
They come back.
they go back and forth with their nuts. And there's those
Like force a habit as well.
I've been in a lot of like, not a lot, but in some past relationships, you're with someone and they're like, oh, I'm just dealing with the kids. You know, next thing you know, they're knocking boots. So I need to have a clear understanding of what your relationship is like. And sometimes I've had men lie to me and tell, I just drop off the kids. I don't even talk to her. She's crazy. She's got a whole man. This time, man's still with her.
Or next minute she's expecting you like, oh.
This is what I'm saying. And I didn't know because he lied to me. So it's like, I need to have a clear understanding that you two are not together, having any kind of relationship, and that it is clearly about the children, and that is the main focus. As a single mum myself, I do understand that the woman and you need to communicate, and that you need to be doing things and spending time with your children as a family. And I'm not here to take that away from their family, because that is still their family. That's the mother of their child. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, you ain't gonna complain mommy with my kids and me doing up the most and stuff. So I want to make sure that I'm respectful, but I also need to understand that this is what it is. You are basically co-parenting, and that is where it starts and it ends, because otherwise it's gonna get messy. If you said to me, oh, we broke up a year ago, I'm out, skirt, like, I'm done.
Okay, so that's good that you said that. So,
too soon for me.
Okay, so what
if, okay, let me give an example. So, sorry, to you. A year, single, but used together for like 8-10 years, 12 years. Do you know what I'm saying? And you have how many kids together?
Yeah.
That's not
gonna be a clean cut.
So you answered my question for me then, because that's what I was going to ask. So I'm going to say, so can you break down some context on that?
Yeah, that's what I meant, Len. I'm thinking, in my head I'm thinking, 12 months single, but you've been in a relationship for how many years? You've got how many kids together? there's feelings and emotions that I can't even connect to.
Break.
Yeah, how do I know you're really done? You're not going to use me to figure out.
Some people are really done after 10 years together. Remember some people.
But then if they are, what's another 12 months? What's 6 months? Why can't we still be friends and build a friendship and talk to each other while
Sure.
So you're 100% sure that you are actually emotionally available for me, mentally and physically, because I'm a woman and, you know, I'm emotional and I might, it's not in my case, I'm done. But sometimes you're done and they worm their way back in. Not in my case, I'm done. But I'm just saying that can happen. So you need clarification. You need to make sure that you are single. You need that person to be not only physically available, but mentally and emotionally.
Okay, so I'm hoping that I've understood the question right. So are you saying that you met somebody and they've come out of a relationship and they've told you that they've come out of a relationship a year ago, but you won't pursue a relationship with them because it's only within a year?
They got kids. They've been together for years. It's different for me when they have kids. If you're just dating someone and you've been single for a year or 4 months, I don't really care. But when you say, oh, we had kids, oh, we've got a 10-year-old, we've got a 14-year-old, and we've got a 2-year-old, but I've been single for like 6 months, 12.
Okay,
Where am I going? Nah, boo, I need you to be single for at least a year and a half, and within that year and a half, you have not gone back to her 2-3 times to try and work it out, because then you're still not emotionally available. It's when you have children with someone, like you said, their extended family, they're always going to be in your life. You're dropping off the kids, she's there in her sexy lingerie. Oh, I just dropped this. Oh, do you want to come in for some coffee? Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, I just watch one film. Next thing you know, you're at it like rabbits.
What if?
Do you know what?
What if they? What if they ended the relationship though? So yeah, they've been together for 10 years, but for the last 2 years, the relationship's been dead. So you can be, you know, died before you left. So what if that person left his relationship fully knowing,
I'm still going. I
need that time.
I just need to know that, because like when you come out relationships, I always like to give myself anyway a year before I go into a relationship. At least 6 months, like minimum, because I want to make sure that I'm emotionally available for you. I don't want to still be thinking about that person and hung up on that person. So if I'm doing that for myself, I want you to have time to be over that person, especially if you have children, that connection. You're saying it's over now, but I need to know it's over. I need you to heal, basically. Take time to heal and work on you. If you've been in a relationship with someone for so long and you're only single for a year, who are you?
What
do you know? Do you know yourself? Do you know who you are? Do you know what you want now?
Do you know yourself? You know yourself as in a relationship.
Exactly.
So is there a set period, what I call the recovery period between one relationship and the next? All right. So is there a set period, as in, if after a year you're definitely going to be ready for another relationship, or after 6 months you're definitely going to be ready for a relationship?
I think
or is it more dynamic than that?
It's not.
It depends on people.
Yeah, it depends on how they're prepared to move on. If like Ace says, if they're fully over it, if they've taken the time out and found themselves again, because when you're in the relationship, although you're two separate people, you move as one. By the end of it, you are now one.
You've lost a bit
of the old you. Once you detach yourself, you kind of feel lost in a way. You have to find yourself again.
I always take time out after a relationship because I just need it for myself. I need to heal because I care about that person.
What's the etiquette of that though? Like, what can you go out on dates? And what if this man now that you like what you're saying, you need to wait a year? So is he just literally waiting a year for you? So if you say in that year, like that's what I'm strict enough.
Give me 12 months, baby. I'm cool. 12
months. When I'm talking to him and I'm gauging his state and how, if he's hung up and he's like, no man, you ain't ready for me. I'm move on. Now if we come back and you ready and you still single, then you're meant for me. But that's a lot of emotional baggage.
Does it depend when that healing process started? So let me explain. Sometimes some people are in a relationship and they already know that this person's not for them, and some of that period is just getting out. So I'm there, my girl. I realise actually, me and her got nothing in common. Actually, 6'3", she's been darking me up at the back. She dumped on me, and you know what? I knew from that point that I wanted out.
Yeah.
But so on paper, I've only come out of a relationship in 3 months, but actually it's been probably about 6-7 months where I knew for certain that I wanted out. But from your point of view, you're too fresh out of a relationship. You are.
No, remember I said this is with kids. There's a difference.
Even if I got okay, I've got kids. What's the difference? I've got a kid.
Like, for example, there could be the scenario then where they've been dating, they've then ended up having a child. They knew at that point that they wasn't right for each other, but you know when people stay together because they're having a child, and it's a fresh child. So even from before, they thought, right, we're going to try and make this work.
That's not healthy.
So then they've got together, but they knew it wasn't right, and then they thought the kid was going to make it work, and it clearly didn't.
Yeah,
so in that sense, I guess what you're trying to say is, from there, they already knew this wasn't right, even though the years have now mounted up and now the child's 3. They knew from the child was in belly that this wasn't going to work, but they were trying. So you're saying that in A's circumstance, do they still need this year time?
I think it depends.
I think they do, because I think in that instance what you just described, kids when they're 2, 3, it's realistically when you split up with people, it's not the person that you miss. This is what I come to realise. It's your life. That's what you're missing, because you know you and them aren't right. So you ain't really holding on to the fact of, I miss that person, but you're gonna miss waking up with your son every day. Do you know what I mean? You're gonna miss like the double income, where you're gonna go and live on your own, and you can't go on holidays. It's true, like things like that. That's what people miss.
Lifestyle have a lot of people staying together for
I think everyone moves different. Like when I broke up with my ex, like of 2 years, I took like a year out, and I was like, okay, I need to work on myself. I've been in this relationship for 2 years. I lost a bit of me, and I need to re-find who I am, like learn myself again.
And people grow over time as well.
I needed to like focus on my career. I set myself goals basically, and I wanted to achieve those goals. And I also spiritually, I wanted to like connect with God. And I was like, God, I don't want to meet no guy. I don't want to date no one. For the rest of this year, let me focus on what I need to do. I got my new job. I was feeling better in myself. I started, working out. I had to like work on myself, because sometimes it's not even about your partner, like you said, it's your life. So it's about me.
Back on track.
And I know that I was not ready to be with nobody, because I wasn't happy with myself. So how could I be in a relationship when
that's the main
you want
thing.
someone else?
I think what Aaron was saying was, I think I forgot this, if I understood you correctly, was about the routine. Because even like mingling with their family as well, like everyone goes to their family.
It's a lot.
There's several losses encompassed in one.
Yeah, that's gonna affect you. That's the whole thing. So you need to heal from all of that. Like that's the life you knew for like how many years you're with that person. You love that person. There was a part of your life, part of your kids' life. Like for me, that's a lot to unpack. Like so, I need the time to. Because you have to change your whole routine. Maybe it was your Friday night scene, like what you gonna do your Friday nights now? What you gonna, do you know what I'm saying? You have to change, like, so I personally, just for me, how I operate, need that time. But some people don't need that time.
I don't.
Just business as usual. BAU, baby, I'm back.
If I'm going, I'm already emotionally detached and probably been for a while, because I will work. I'm one of them like, yo, let's get in the mud. If we're doing this, let's do it. If you're not giving me that 100% back, I'm probably going to be working for you when you've stopped. So when I go, you know I'm gone.
I think it's down to what's the individuals, because before I leave, I'm already emotionally checked out anyway. But I still need that extra time. But some people don't, so it's down to the individual.
They just leave very frantically, and that's why they get caught up in going back, because they kind of like left, but then the person could worm themselves back in. But it's just like, nah, you got to be sure.
Exactly.
Especially if you have got children, because you up and rooting them through this up and down.
It's worse when you have kids as well, so that's why I want to give them that time, because if you can work it out, I'm all here for love. So if you can work it out and keep your family, I'm not going to stand in the way of that. So make sure that you are done.
Well, the main word for this is acceptance. I think both parties have to accept that it's not going to work anymore. I feel like there's still a part in you that feels, maybe, I don't know, if I changed a bit, it will work with my ex. Then, and you're still thinking there's a little chance, then don't move on. I think you have to accept that this person is not for me, and it's over. And that's how you move on.
I was going to very quickly on that point because I think it's important to say. I know time is of the essence. But I think it's about different degrees of trauma. So, like, let's say if you suddenly found out your other half was cheating on you or something, and the relationship comes to an abrupt end, you probably will need a longer period of recovery.
Yeah, true.
But if you knew earlier on, like the trauma happened earlier, but you had time to get used to the fact that, you know what, I'm coming out of this relationship.
It's not going to work.
While you're in it, absolutely. I think that depends. I think that has the impact on what that recovery time is, and ultimately, everyone's different.
That's the main thing.
Everyone's different.
Yeah.
Do you guys think it's better to date one person or multiply date at the same time?
Multiple.
I've got job interviews.
It's funny that all the guys said the same thing.
Exactly.
And
I noticed.
funnily enough, I had a conversation the other day with a guy, and he was saying that that's basically guys. Well, he didn't say guys. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but guys kind of date multiply. But me as a female, and most females that I know, is that when we're dating, we date one person at a time. We ain't out here juggling.
Back in the day, though, when I was younger, I would date, and there's a difference between dating and.
I was going to say definition of
this is
dating.
what
I
I
was
was
actually
about to
thinking
say.
that.
Dating, for me,
Right.
back then would be just phone conversations.
Yeah.
And when I was younger, like I was in college these times, I would be talking to multiple guys. And while I'm talking to these guys, I'm getting to know them, and then I'm deciding which one I want to get to know further.
Yeah.
Now that I'm older,
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that. I don't want to be talking to like bare guys and trying to figure out. I just want to be talking to one guy and focus on.
Does it make sense to have one candidate in the interview room?
I was going to say,
Yeah.
you know, there's
no
No one else.
Wait, y'all gonna let me finish? No, but you can talk to like not bare guys, but maybe one or two or three guys. Like, okay, so you can have like conversations, but within like a quick time frame. Then back in the day, well, for me, you'd be longer. You'd be talking to a few guys, but now like the time frame is shorter. Like I know from like the first, second conversation that I don't really want to. I don't want to carry on.
I think it's different as well because there's levels of dating.
I was about to say,
there's the talking. I think you can talk to.
And
That's what I think you're right there. Talking, But then when it goes to like, reaching out in public, then you gotta kind of be like, you know what?
That's the one.
You mean as in physical dates? As in going out, going
dinner.
somewhere?
Sometimes you can talk to people.
So you saying that there's a stage before dating which you're just talking to someone?
Then
just
talking to you.
Okay, so when you're going to the physical date side, it's just the one person you're taking?
I'm going out.
There's some people that will go out on dates.
Yes.
Go out to dinner, go movies and stuff with multiple people, with a few people, not just the one.
Yeah, I don't want to date.
No, that's expensive, you know.
Think about the money. Anytime I've got the opportunity to buy, my gas bill still.
I'm thinking about my time.
So just to clarify, when you made a point earlier that the guys did say multiple, that's what we meant in terms of the talking process and
not the dating
transition to the actual dating, not the actual dating multiple.
Yeah. Because there's different levels of dating, so I will talk to one or two guys, but I'm physically going to be like exclusively dating one person. Because not even the money, because I know the man's in the money, but also my time.
Yeah.
I have to get dressed up, I have to find sit. I ain't got time. I got, we've got lives, we've got.
You ain't turning up in no do-rag.
I sure ain't, baby. I sure ain't.
I don't think you could enjoy the second date either. Like, if I went out on a date on Monday and it was lit, I'm talking with sick. When I go on a date Tuesday, Wednesday, I'm just gonna be thinking, like this is gonna have to live up to that now. So I ain't even gonna be. It's gonna be hard to be natural with it. So no.
Because after you talk to a few people, you already know what it is like. Okay, this ain't going nowhere. I like you. Let me take you out. You're spending more time with that one. Obviously, you've got a connection. You've got something between you two. Like, why do you need to look somewhere else? Why not just focus your energy in that person, which is me, and just see where it goes and build on that? I'd rather that with someone that makes me feel good and I'm having fun with than still wasting my time trying to get to know people on dead dates, having dead conversations. Like, there's just no point. Once you've figured it out, then you pursue that person.
So how long do you give it before you know whether to move it to the dating stage?
That's what I was gonna ask.
It's quick.
You guys.
For guys, it's different, but for me, it depends on the connection that I have with that person. So if like you have a good connection with that person, you're like, you know what?
Yeah,
and exactly. We have one date. In one, like you said, you have a date on Monday, it's banging. Friday, yeah, let's go. Let's meet up again. Like you know say, what? Like life is short. Why are we gonna long it out and take 4 or 5 months?
I always ask for a lunch date. Always.
It's a short.
Tell me why you go for the lunch date, Aaron. I know where this is
A
going.
few reasons, really.
I
One.
need to hear this.
Yep.
No, it's just like lunch. It's kind of like it's like a friendship thing. I think.
Oh, okay.
Now, say to you, let's go get some lunch.
I love that.
There's less expectation on it. It's kind of like if they're feeling bad, nervous, it's like I got work or whatever. I got. You know what I mean? It's easy out. But like I said, it just keeps the friendship thing going for
I think it makes it a very comfortable environment.
Yeah, there's less pressure.
You know, there's an end to it, within an hour. And actually, you find out, you can talk about, you get more to the point. When you're in your lunch break, you probably talk about your work, your background, all that kind of stuff. But basically, the biggest thing is the pressure's taken off, you can just talk to each other like human beings.
See, a first date for me is something chill and relaxed. I don't drink, but we can go to the bar, have a Coke, a Sprite or whatever. Because all I want to do is spend time with you and see if we've got that physical chemistry. We've spoken on the phone, we've had great communication, but how are we face to face in front of each other? Are we going to be tactile? Like, are you going to make me laugh? Are we going to have fun? Or is it just going to be dead and we have nothing to say to each other and we're just there staring at each other, waiting for the time to done?
And I think we talked about this before, where people communicate differently according to which platform they're on. So if they're talking via, some people don't say anything on WhatsApp, and they can come across as you're not really talking to them. See them in the flesh, and vice versa. Some people are very talk to them in the flesh. You just
nothing there.
Exactly.
You know.
So for the first date, it's just like after the first date, I feel like you kind of know where you want to go with this. It's dead or you're going to pursue and take it further. So for the second date, then we can go. Then you can go for a dinner. Because guys,
I'm still at lunch, not ready for dinner.
Wait, listen, guys are thinking, guys are thinking
for a while still. Like, I'm not joking.
Y'all gonna let me speak. So guys, they're gonna think, okay, financially, when they're doing like their dinner date and spending money and people, right? Us women, like we having a lunch date, we're thinking, how much effort do we want to put in to go on this date in the evening with the person?
That's what we think too. If I'm going on a date, I'm not thinking about the money they're paying, but nothing. I'm just that.
Well, okay.
So when you're anything like me,
come.
When you're moving from the coffee shop to Brindley Place,
That's it.
We'll stay in the coffee shop for a good month.
Okay, so let's talk about dating then. Who pays on the first date?
The man, always. Standard man pays off.
Now, what date should the woman pay then?
When you're together, she should.
Okay. This is so different.
She shouldn't pay, but she should offer.
Only when together.
Only when you're together.
This is some old school kind of stuff.
Look at
T. I want to hear T. What T has to say. You could.
Collect his foot.
I like to look for the intent first. So what I mean is, I'm like you. I've come to pay. I've told you. We're not going for dinner together. I'm taking you out for dinner. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Sometimes I see you just trying to reach for a handbag. There's no intent there. Just it.
Let me say.
No, man. I don't know what I'm saying about this.
Because I've had this conversation before as well, and when they say I just want them to offer, I was like, no, you've got to stop doing that, because when the girl knows
I don't want them to
you just want them to offer, every girl's gonna go for it, and then when you say okay, then pay it.
You're going to be shocked.
Yeah, no.
No, because you made your intentions clear. So if you made your intentions clear to me from the gate that you want to take me out and you're offering to take me out, I reach you for no purse. Now, I'm walking with my money. I'm going to walk with my money.
The best.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's a touch of us.
I'm reaching because you told me.
You're sending the message out. That it's okay to know you're not going to pay, but offer anyway, and that's.
Because on the third day,
I ain't even looking for it, but I'm telling you straight. If I'm taking you out,
exactly.
It's in the terminology. If I say I'm taking you out, absolutely.
That's what I always say.
You tell me, yo, we're going out, or I'm gonna take you out. then I'd expect you to pray.
I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna take you out.
It's initially how you say. If you say I'm going to take you out, I want to take you out. Then in my head, you want to take me out. You want to treat me.
Yeah. And after a couple of dates, when I feel like it, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna take you out. It's on me tonight. We're going for dinner. We're doing whatever, and I'm treating you because that's something I want to do as well.
Yes.
What if it's 3 months later and she's not even bothered to try the reaching for the purse technique?
You need to have a conversation.
I was thinking because for me
3 months.
personally, paying for the first date, that's minor for me. I do
absolutely,
every single time.
Yeah.
Now my problem is this, and obviously it was said earlier that if she wants to go out, and you know she's pursuing this. And then, okay, cool. I say, cool, let's go out. And then, you know, the waiter comes with the bill, and she's looking at me like. Now, due to my past fortunate experiences,
You've been conditioned.
I've been conditioned for a woman to ask me out, you're gonna pay? She's got bands. So that's what it is. I just don't like women with them expectations.
You know what? You need to make
the man
it
has
clear.
to pay every time.
Then have a conversation.
But this is the difference being with someone and going on dates with people.
Yeah.
When you're with someone, how long are you dating someone before you're actually with them?
That's
I think
organically.
Me
talking
too.
time's long, but dating time ain't that long because I've already vetted you.
Yeah. You already made the next step.
I know it's so
You're good at
like
vetting people. You're skilled at vetting people. Not everybody is. Not everybody has that skill.
It depends on the man because you could be talking to a guy for months or to year and you're still kind of dating and he's unsure about you. Then you can meet a guy and within like weeks, a day, he's like, okay, I want us to be dating. So I think it's down to like the individual. And I think age has a lot to do with it because a lot of these young guys, they don't know what they want. But then when you meet a man who knows what he wants, oh my gosh.
On that note then, age, that's a good one.
Yes.
What do you think is the recommended age for a successful relationship?
Oh wait, we can't
What
do
do you think? It's your own opinion.
Okay, because remember, we're all different ages and I'm more seasoned.
I'm getting older, so my hearing ain't what it used to be.
Okay, so for my age group, okay, the youngest I would want to ever go.
No, it's not for you like right now. I'm just saying, just in general. What do you think is your own opinion of a recommended age where you think that person will know what they want in life, know what they would want from a woman? Like, would that be like 25?
No. For men, for men, I would want a man who's not even 35.
I feel like it's
not even 35.
Up to 30.
You know why? Because a lot of guys, they're like 35, them ages 34. They ain't got their shit.
I think it depends on past relationships as well, though, what that person's been through. Like, I think I've kind of always known what type of woman I always. It ain't deviated ever.
See, you know what? That's the mental maturity as well. You know what you want.
Yes, that's true. I do know what I want.
And that's why you're vetting so fast.
That's the difference.
It's true.
It's nothing to do with age. It's nothing to do with age. It's to do with that person's experiences. For example, you could have someone who's 22, but actually they might have been, like a carer for their parents and stuff. So actually they're a lot more older in their mind, a lot more mature, a lot more organised and all that kind of stuff. Or some people like 30, they've been through.
I think age has.
I'm not saying it as an older person than 22. I'm just saying, just in general. Even when I'm thinking now, as a 22-year-old.
People do meet each other young and stay together for long periods of time.
Well, personally, I think it's going to be age combined with what Aaron said, knowing what you want. The two of those to come together, because you could be older and still don't know what you want. Still be a playboy, still look a young girl like you, because you're still trying to find the one. At a certain age, you should know what you want. You should have done enough work on yourself to know what you want in a partner.
People in them relationships, though, I don't even think the relationship's about the partner. It's about them. It's about like when you're on that, like looking at young girl, like it's not about them, because you just chop and change them, and it's about you.
Because I know what I want. Like, it took me a while, but I know what I want in a partner. So when you know what you want, it makes it easy and it makes it harder.
And I guess when you know about what you want, I guess when you know who you are as a person, I should say, it kind of makes it easier to know what kind of person you want to attract and what kind of values they will sort of bring into your life that will help make the relationship more solid and help better each other. So if you need to be sure about you, because then you know what you're looking for in them.
But it's what you're
And
looking
you know what
for.
you're bringing as well.
But when you talk about what I want, isn't that just a theory?
No.
In terms of what I mean is, you got an idea about what you want, but when you get it, when it plays out in reality, sometimes you've got a situation where you thought you knew what you wanted before, but you get it, and it's like, this is nowhere near.
But then again,
that's knowing you, isn't it? Once you know you, you know what will complement you in your life. So what you want is different to who you are, because you could want a guy that's 6'4", like you said, no kids, this, that, all that, and then you could meet a guy that's got 1 child, 5'6", and you know. Yes, he's not short, but he's not tall.
Yeah, that's not wrong with that.
In your life at this point, you're like, do you know what? Yeah, 1 child's fine. At this stage, you know, I'm ready to meet someone that's got a mature side of them. They've got 1 child. I want someone with no children, but this guy's everything else. So it's kind of like, because I knew where I was in my stage and what I wanted, it complements my life now and my future plans. Then that's when it's like,
Equally, there's people that said I didn't want any more kids, but a child came anyway. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. But at one stage in the life, at one point in the relationship, said I definitely didn't want this. I know what I want. I don't want any more. But
that's the one, but not where they are. So it's knowing themselves. So it's like you probably don't want no more children, but at this stage where you are in life, but knowing yourself, you'd be like, do you know what? By the time I'm like, I don't know, another 10 years, I would probably want another kid. Right now, you're not saying you want another child, but in 10 years, you think, I'll have another child. So you know what you want. So that guy coming in, then he brings that child that you was looking at probably further down the line, but it's because you knew what you wanted in yourself.
And people's wants change as time goes on. And saying that, guys, thank you so much to our guests, Shak, Chantelle, and Aaron. Obviously T and us are here. Shout out to our sponsors. Say it with legs. For your t-shirt print. Get your mugs, your quilts, your hand sanitizer. Christmas are come. Christmas are coming. Get your printables. It will be available down below in the description box. Also, snappy wristbands for your disposables, honey. Like I said last time, get rid of the crosses then. Also, K.G Holistic Herbs for your Seamoss gel, your mucusless cleanse, your antiviral blend, and also Danes Catering for your delicious Caribbean Jamaican food. Get some of that yummy top full up your belly. So everything will be available down below and also via our Instagram, which is a trade of you 01.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.